Greetings and salutations. Second Star right back with some more Raid Shadow Legends. And today, the life of a content creator for a raid when you're not supported by Plarium, like me, is difficult during the times of fusions because a lot of the resources, you're frantically trying to finish stuff in the limited time frames that they give you to finish them. So I don't have the time or resources to do all the cool stuff that I already like to do. But I did want to bring up this. There's something that we can do that doesn't require any resources, and that's bitching. Yeah, so this is going to be a bit of a bitch fest. But you know me, I'm not much of a bitcher. There's some things that I find can be improved, and I will talk about those things. This is all stuff that you'll probably agree with me, and if you can think of anything that I've missed, please comment below. So let's get to it, all right? So as you can see, look at this. Force keep stage 15, and I get 3 minor potions. Now, this was something that they said they were going to fix, and I thought they were going to fix it in this patch. But I guess with the myriad issues that this patch is already having, I guess the fact that they didn't fix the amount of potions you get at the final stage is just, put that on the shelf with the rest of them, the rest of the things that aren't going right. I thought it was going to be increased to 7. It has not. So, and I also thought that they were going to consider, like, whenever you get like a brew or a shard, the brews or shards were in addition to the loot table of the level that you were completing. I think that'd be much better. When I finish like spiders and I get a brew, I'm furious. Right? I just waited 7 minutes for this to complete, and I get a brew. Are you kidding me? So that's something that I think that they should definitely consider changing as soon as is humanly possible. Okay, so that's the force cable. Actually, let me go in there right quick and restart this. Okay, so another thing that we are irritated with continuously is books. Where are ways to get books? You can buy them for a very kind of egregiously high amount in the whale shop. You get them as clan boss rewards sometimes, but not all the time. And the number of books that champions require to maximize their skills are just increasing as they see that this is a revenue stream that they can capitalize on. Man, I don't know how to feel about that. Yes, the raids got to make their money. That's fine. But to increase the number of books it takes to maximize the skills of a champion while making them super hard to get is just really frustrating. I don't know why that's something they decide to time gate. They're the only time gate on artifacts, in leveling artifacts is silver, right? But here we have like a randomness gate on clan boss. You have a resource gate if you want to get it through events, because sometimes there are events and they tell you have to choose what events to participate in. Well, then if you can't participate in every event, how are you going to get the books when there are rewards at the very end, right? And you can't do it with any kind of consistency. And then there's not enough, and they ask for too many. The books are a huge problem right now. Probably one of the biggest in the game as far as I'm concerned. Just the way that there's this one resource that has this weird scarcity issue where other things don't. Oh, look, I got another 3 potions. Okay, so books are an issue, definitely. Not only the fact that they keep releasing champions that require more, but they're just way too difficult to get and too expensive, to be honest. That should be something that has been an issue for a very long time, and it's getting worse and not better. All right. Another thing is AI, and not just champion AI. I mean, hell, Hades and Deathwish, I think they have like a 2-part issue on champions with bad AI, but it's deeper than that. It's just the way that the bosses work, and just champions work when interacting with other enemies, just through any conflict. So if you're going up against the Crimson Helm and they're putting up a block cooldowns, why are the champions blowing their cooldowns? I mean, if I can see that there is a block buff on Crimson Helm, why can't my champion see it? I mean, we're looking at the same thing, right? And theoretically, the champions in the game should be smarter than me, right? I mean, they should know how things work even better than me. So I think that's just ridiculous. I mean, the AI should know if you're autoing and most people want to auto their fights, to just, don't do that. If I wouldn't do it on manual, they shouldn't do it automatically. I mean, I think it's ridiculous. I don't think that is a bridge too far as coding goes to make that happen. It's just idiotic. And the same thing with Spirit Keep, like stop blowing all these cooldowns when it has the block cooldowns up. It's ridiculous. And then when it comes to like the clan boss, why is it so hard to not be able to shut off certain skills in your team? I mean, why can't they just poach the programmer from Epic 7 that put in that ability on the fight screen, where you can say, hey, here's all my abilities. I don't want to use one in this fight, so let me just shut it off. I mean, imagine how game-changing that would be for people who want to use Elenaro in their clan boss fight, right? And her A3 is it detonates all her poisons. Let's look. For people who aren't familiar with Elenaro could be a god tier almost champion for clan boss, if only her A3 didn't ruin the whole thing. Index, High Elves, Elenaro. Alright, so she's got an HP burn on her A1. She's got a poison with the possibility of putting 2 poisons on her A2 that can get down to 3 turn cooldown. And then her combust blows up all the poisons. And that's just not something that you want when you're fighting a clan boss. So if you just have the ability just to shut off A3, suddenly she's just HP burning and poisoning every round. That would be amazing. And yet they just don't have the one ability just to shut off an ability. And I just think that would be something that would be game changing for a lot of people with that hero and others, where a certain thing you just don't want. Like, you don't want Tayrell's A3 during the clan boss, but you want his A1 and A2 for sure. So it's just kind of silly the way that they do that. And also, here, let's look at this. Hopefully this won't be a bad example. The market, okay? Mystery shards, I get. Definitely put mystery shards in there. We get a lot of mystery shards, but even though they kind of oversaturate the market with mystery shards, I think it's okay, because there's going to be times when you want to blow 2,000 mystery shards just to finish an event. Sometimes if you have like a training event or a summons event or something, and you just like, I just need to get this done. I can see how that could be good, but why all these 1-star champions? When we have so many mystery shards, and most of the time they summon 1-star champions, it's much more cost effective just to spend the 500 silver rather than 10,000 silver if you need a 1-star for food. It's just you're just taking up space, all right? And we already had to buy these slots, so it's just dumb that I have to do that. And now I'm level 60. No, sorry. Now I'm level 60 here. Why is there so much 3-star gear? Look at this. Why are so many slots devoted to 3-star gear? I'm never going to use 3-star gear. Even my free-to-play account, who's, level 50, early 50, I don't remember what, has stopped using 3-star gear months ago. This, again, is just, it's clutter. It's useless clutter. And it's already, I find a piece of armor to buy, or an artifact to buy on the market once a week, maybe, if that. If they're going to implement something like this, make it useful, right? It's fun when an ancient shard pops up, and that happens, once a week, once every 2 weeks or so. But just having all this useless crap on here just to clutter is unnecessary. Get rid of the 1-star stuff past a certain level, like past level 30. You're probably not going to need the 1-star stuff anymore. Once you hit level 50, get rid of the 3-star stuff and only have in 4 or 5 stars. And most of the time, you're not going to buy the 4-star stuff either. So I don't think it's going to be a huge trade-off to lose that. And maybe once you hit level 60, have like 6-star gear show up like the same frequency as an ancient shard does. It can be expensive. That's fine. The really good 5-star stuff can be over $1 million. So have some 6-star stuff, and maybe you'll find it's like once every couple months there'll be like an amazing unicorn piece of 6-star artifact gear that would really help you. They should just clean this up. This is right now a wasted opportunity for Plarium. All right, what do I have over here? Going on again with the AI bosses, the Fire Knight Shield. Again, same thing with the stupid Spirit Keep and the block debuffs. prioritize multi-hit attacks when the Fire Knight has his shield up. I don't know why this is so difficult. I don't. Stop using Cold Heart. Stop using Heartseeker against the shield. It's idiotic. It's idiotic. Don't do it. I don't see why this is a difficult coding issue. It's not. I work in IT, right? I deal with coders and developers and database engineers all day long, and I don't see this many. I don't see this many issues. I just don't understand why this is a problem. Okay, one more thing. Money. I think that their prices just skew too high, and I'll give you one salient example. Remember the Conqueror pack? I don't know if it's even available today, but it's one of those things that's in all the time. No, they don't have it today. But the Conqueror pack was, when it first came out for me, and I know these things vary for everybody because it kind of judges what to show you based on your spending history. But it started out as $4.99, right? I think it's still $49 on my free-to-play account. But it went up to $9.99 after I bought a few. It went up to $9.99. They gave more stuff, but for more money. And then it went up to $14.99, but I never bought one for $9.99. And then they added more stuff and made it $14.99. Like, is their algorithm thinking, oh, he's not buying the $5 pack anymore, the one that he bought like almost every day? Because it's like going to Starbucks, right? And I don't go to Starbucks. So I kind of have an ability to get Starbucks, and this could be like my Starbucks, like in mentally, to justify spending $5 every day on something, which I know adds up and sounds egregious, but if you wanted to do it, you could, and justify it as it's like buying coffee. This is my coffee. Everyone has a vice, coffee, cigarettes, whatever, and I have none of those vices. This is basically my vice, right? I have no other addictions. And I'm not going to call this an addiction, mind you, but I understand the nature of the beast, and you kind of have to work within the framework. So I would spend the $5, and then it got more expensive, and I'm like, no, that's more than coffee, so I'm not buying it. And I never bought one for $9.99, and yet they went up again to $14.99. Like, are they thinking somehow that, oh, it's not expensive enough for me to buy? That the logic baffles me. It makes no sense whatsoever. If it was in there for $5, I'd probably buy it again, at least occasionally. But I wasn't going to spend $9.99, and I'm not going to spend $15. I don't know why they made this decision. It's idiotic. And I think that if the goal, and I saw this somewhere, and I don't know if it's true or not, but the goal was they don't care about people playing for a long time if they're not spending money. They care about you're replacing those players if they decide to leave because they get sick of how much money it takes with new spenders. Right, that'll spend more money, and so they're just not doing a very good job. I think personally, maybe they may feel differently, internally, but I think that the more people that participate in an economy, the better it is. Right, so we see like the trickle down economics of the Reagan era has really been a negative for our economy. It's done great for the top part of the economy, but if because people keep, for whatever reason, trying to decide our economic success in GDP, which is a horrible way to measure how successful a society is, as far as I'm concerned, because you're really only measuring the top 20 or so % of the people who are participating in the economy. The economy involves a lot more people than that. So I think that they're falling into the same trap where they're focusing on the whales. They're focusing on the top part of the economy because that's where they see the more immediate results. But I think if they broadened the gateway to their economy, lowered prices on things, and more people participated, they would see an overall bump. And I think more people would be happy, right? Because, this is a game that does require some monetary investment if you want to progress in a faster, more efficient way, right? You can definitely do this game free to play. It just takes forever to do stuff, So, I think broadening their economy, lowering prices, especially those progress ones where every 5 levels they gave you stuff, that was expensive, right? I think I bought the first one, then when I saw the second one, the price went up. I'm like, what's going on here? And then the level 61 was like $100. I'm like, why? Why would anyone do that? If you did that, that's fine. Do what you want. But it just seems to me that to say you've earned it, now claim it, have it be something worth claiming, right? Something that makes you feel like you're getting a good deal. Not that you're getting, stabbed in the heart with a halberd or something. It's just, it's not the way I would do it. I think being more inclusive, build bridges, not walls, as far as I'm concerned. So when it comes to the economy. So anyway, that's my take on it. definitely more stuff that can be done to make this a more friendly experience, a more efficient way to experience the game. If you have any other ideas, put in the comments. Not like Plarium's going to look at this, but maybe amongst ourselves we can vent and high-five each other with our fabulous ideas that are never going to be implemented. All right. Guys, thank you for listening. I'm not a ranter, I'm not one to bitch, but I think these are things that could be implemented with relative ease, and I think it'll be better for everybody. All right. I appreciate it. I got to get back to work. Have fun. Take care. And